Hi, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the latest Worlds of ZZT livestream with special guest.
Me. Hi. It's Anna. Hi, Anthropy. Hi, I'm here. Hello.
We've got Anna here again to show off.
Again.
Well, you've been my only guest so far. You're
That's
not the only
true.
person paying to be a
Yeah,
guest.
don't you owe people?
I've asked. I've said, "Hey, I've gotten in touch with people. I'm like, hey, what do you want to do?" And they're like, "I'll get back to you," and then they never do.
Mhm. That's right. It's their fault.
And then I feel bad because they are paying for something.
Mhm.
So if you
Maybe
happen to
they're just
be
paying for the opportunity to fantasize and daydream about what stream they would maybe like to be on someday and what that stream could be like.
That's true. If you never take up on one of those, you can just constantly keep it in your back pocket.
Hmm.
Yes, see? Well, come up with something and then we'll stream it. I'm happy to do this, I swear. Anyway, today's game
Anyway.
is Jennifer Janowski is doomed with this.
Yeah, it's real sad.
I don't know what she did, but it's all over for her.
Hmm.
I love
And
this title
we
screen.
were thank you. I'm really happy with how it came out. And we were talking before before you started recording, except only they could only hear me because you were muted. But you revealed you have not played this game at all yet.
Nope, I know
You,
almost
you've
nothing
been
about it.
you've been saving yourself for this moment. I'm excited. Bring your live reactions to this game.
Okay, I have turned up your volume, which I'm realizing is probably going to also turn up your volume on stream. Do we both sound good, chat?
Um, RT55J says, "Could you make Anna slightly louder?"
Oh well, there we go. Now we just have to wait for the delay and then
Yeah, I
find
don't
out if
know
I did a good job.
if that was said before or after you made me slightly louder.
Yeah, believe me, it took me a minute to find the setting.
Should I just start shouting? Would that help?
Never hurts.
I'm gonna maybe slide my laptop slightly closer to myself.
Well, how are we sounded now? So we can.
How are we sounding? Let me tell you about what I had for breakfast. A sandwich.
That's,
It was a good
well,
sandwich.
I was gonna say non-conventional, but I guess breakfast sandwiches are very much a thing.
It wasn't a breakfast sandwich.
Oh,
It was like turkey.
never mind,
It was like
non-conventional.
turkey and pepper jack with spinach. It was good.
Nobody in chat is saying anything. Please, volume, good, bad,
They're
ugly.
all they're all they're all silently reflecting on their own breakfasts.
All right, well, RT was able to understand that you said sandwich. That's good enough for
Cool.
me.
Well, then I'm probably audible then. That's the only test you really need.
All right. Before I actually hit
I
play
mean,
on this, I do have one question.
uh
Were you referencing an actual notebook for this title screen?
I had looked up reference pictures of marble notebooks, rather than just doing it from memory. But the pattern on this doesn't really look like one of those. I was like kind of I didn't love how it turned out actually, to be completely honest. I could be slightly louder. I'm being told. I'm
Slightly
hearing
louder.
from chat that I could be slightly louder. Um
Now I gotta find that option again.
I'll try and emote more. Um but yeah, no, I just kind of pressed buttons at random a bunch and then tried to create blobs that I liked. I actually was never really kind of happy with how the Marble Notebook blobs came out, but at some point I called it done. And that's the creative process.
Hmm. Well, I ran to my bookshelf in advance. So I think this came out okay because I've got one of those notebooks actually. I want to say it's from like 10th grade, and it's definitely got
Oh
like
yeah.
study hall ZZT game design inside of it.
Awesome. You have all your listings for what the tigers represent in your ZZT game.
I found a page that had a list of game ideas. They're not
Oh
good.
man, I want to know about all these game ideas.
One of them, though,
Well, I
actually,
don't want to
maybe
derail the stream, but I do want to
there was a
know what your 10-year-old you thought were really great game
ah.
ideas.
This is like 16-year-old me. I wanted to make a game where you played a bartender and you had to mix drinks, despite knowing nothing about
Oh man,
drinks.
fantastic.
That was my great idea.
Mhm.
All right, we gotta actually get going, or we're gonna be here all night.
Okay, all right.
This is a Weave ZZT game. Oh, and it's got music.
Should I be hearing music?
I don't think you get to hear the music, unfortunately.
I don't get to hear the music.
The same trouble we had last time, where apparently it just cannot be done.
I basically know what everything sounds like. Anyway, shout out to Will for making Weave.
I still haven't messed around with that either, but long story short, this is not regular ZZT. Look at this. I'm not a white on blue smiley face. I've got snacks and matches.
This is we're in a whole new territory, baby. This is a new land.
So I've got very little idea of what is and is not possible. This is definitely the place.
Oh,
That seemed like it was
that's
supposed to
a
be music. Oh,
oh
yes,
okay.
actually. Okay. I was curious what
So
that
you
feature
have
would
the
be like.
accessibility feature turned on.
I saw there was something for sounds to represent it in like multiple ways. I was just curious what that would be, and now I know.
Well,
And
that's
now I'm gonna
okay.
actually shut it off because that's not gonna be helpful for us, I'm afraid. Hang on 1 second.
Oh, well, sneak preview of what the first board of the game looks like.
Well, y'all can see a cropped configuration screen. Got neuromotor assist to actually literally make this turn-based. Sound style, I wanted to see what the visual sounds were. Keys and doors. Distinct,
Literally
please.
just letters and numbers that describe what sounds are being played.
We will be using a keyboard today in color.
Tonight feels like a keyboard night. I'm thinking keyboard tonight.
I'm a big fan of the keyboard.
Underrated.
Alright, so we've got this very spooky looking house.
I can't see what you're seeing.
Oh, I bet restarting that, yeah. Killed that on the Discord side. Hang on.
Technical difficulties.
One more time.
Up.
Anything?
Up. Up. I'm seeing a peach-colored rectangle.
Well,
with a picture of your persona in the middle.
Well, that's incorrect.
I'm not quite getting. I don't remember my game looking like this.
It's showing me a preview, and it's the game.
Do we need to start this call over? Would that help?
I'm gonna try that one more time.
Just
Bye,
a minute, folks. Hello.
Hello.
I'm back.
Let's try this.
I can't see anything though. I don't know if I should be. Oh.
Should be coming in now.
Okay, I can see my game.
Okay.
Cool.
We are.
Welcome to my game.
Officially good to go.
Like.
the spooky fence. A great feeling about this, actually.
Cool. I am happy to do. I am happy to read to do the reading. By the way.
Feel free. I will probably accidentally cut you off 100 times out of habit.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Okay, here I go. You can do this, JJ. Right? Oh no.
Hmm?
Hold on, I lost you again.
What?
Watch stream. Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna read. Okay, Jennifer Janowski, this is it. The Fairhaven High Paranormal Society will never accept you unless you can bring back some cool, spooky artifact from this creepy old house. And this is the last room left in the house to check. Disappointingly, it seems like about 500 people got to the house before you did. Maybe you can find something in this last room that they all missed? Well, you'd better. Press H for help, hints, and content warnings. And this might be a great time actually, just to give those content warnings. This is the help file. So this is a game that is, it's kind of like a YA, like teen spooky horror. It definitely is more toward the goofier, like Scooby-Doo side of the spectrum, but there are some like psychological horror elements. There is something approaching what I would call a jump scare. There is no gore. There are skeletons, but there's no gore. I think it's probably pretty tame compared to like all the like indie creepypasta games out there.
Ooh. We get some detailed help here. Actually, how do I play?
Oh, I play ZZT. Listen, just use the arrow keys and bump into things.
One time, I've heard this kind of gameplay described as "fuck around and find out."
Oh, that's so
which
good.
It's
that's
very
so
good.
Much better than Touch and Explore. I started using after we did the last stream where someone reviewed Kudzu as like a Touch and Explore game. I started using that term. Like I use it in my classes now. The fuck around and find out is so much better.
I believe I got that from like it was a RetroPal stream. They were playing like one of those 90s PC Barbie games where you just get to like explore the house and click on things and little animations and sounds play. I don't remember if it was one of them or somebody in their chat, but somebody just described it as a fuck around and find out game, and it stuck with me too.
So good. Perfect.
Oh, I actually need some of this information, actually. Press L to light matches.
You know some kinds of things to be pushed around by bumping into them?
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I got rid of... There are no... Brace yourself. There are no torches in this game.
Oh,
there are matches and flashlights.
That's all the things people call torches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're British, there are still torches in this game.
Alright. I like this brickwork on the outside here.
Thank you. I used that. I stumbled into that and I used it so much throughout the game.
Ooh.
Oh no.
I broke it.
You broke it. That means you buy it.
And in Weeb, there's no stat limit to worry about, right? You can just make this
There is a stat limit, but you can set it much higher.
Okay.
It's like double a stat limit.
Oh, yeah, that would track. That's still a good amount.
A painting of a chair? It's in the middle of the woods for some reason. And the whole scene is tilted at some weird angle, like you're looking at it with your head turned to the side. An old portrait of a lady from the shoulders up. She's wearing a purple robe, and there's a weird pendant hanging around her neck. It's like some kind of fancy geometric shape. Her dark eyes are looking at you the way Dina, Paranormal Society president, does. Like, judgy, but in a way that makes you feel all tingly inside. A dusty old painting of a pastoral scene. There's a house squatting on the top of what probably used to be a green hillside. Down at the bottom of the hill, a figure, a girl maybe, seems to be reaching up toward the house uselessly. Perhaps the colors were bright and vivid once, but now they're faded and gray.
Did you have any haunted houses in your area when you were growing up?
Probably, but I would have been too scared to go visit any.
Mm.
I was not a big, let's go to an actual haunted house where actual people will jump out at me and like go booga booga kind of kid. I'm still really not really much of a booga booga kind of an adult either.
Well, I can't blame you there.
Are her eyes following you around the room? That's
Uh-oh.
strange. You could swear there had been a girl in this painting. You blink at the chair painting again. Has the angle of the painting changed? It must be your imagination. Snorb is pointing out ZZT Toilet in the upper right.
Yeah. I have a feeling that this is going to be just like a little room switch, and the layout is going to be very consistent when I... Oh, never mind. I'll never leave this room.
Great.
I live here
Door's
now.
locked behind you. Sorry for reading over you.
Oh, you're good. It's going to happen.
King of a chair in the woods.
Aha!
The picture slides away to reveal a passageway. Frick, JJ, you actually did it! A secret passage, a mysterious chasm, a rope hanging down from the ledge. Don't think about how old it must be. Something down there is your ticket to the Paranormal Society. Ropes don't expire, right?
Well, we're gonna find out.
Mm-hmm. You did a great job with that secret passage back there.
Nice lighting here.
This is my first ever, Zima South version. Oh golly, it's dark here.
I just instinctively reached for tea, but...
No,
there's several reasons why that won't work right now,
I will
actually.
not help you here. Ew, you stepped in a gross puddle. You grab something in the dark. It's brittle and hard. Bones? Whatever it is, you drop it. Ow, you bump into a wall face first. Fumbling around in the dark, you find a tiny square object on the floor. Is it? Flip it open. It is! A book of matches. You hope they're dry enough to light.
Alright, let's see what this...
This is going to be a big change, okay?
Alright, I'm going to light a match.
You need to press L, not T. L for light match.
So far away, though.
I know. It actually took me a long time to get used to while working on the game. The mouse size hole. A mouse hole.
Good.
There sure are a lot of caverns in this basement. This wax stub was, perhaps, once a candle.
Hey, wait a second. There's nothing in this room. What did I grab?
There were originally going to be way more interactions in that room. That they all got cut because people were spending like 15 minutes just bumping around that one room. But I was quite proud of some of the ones that I ended up cutting. Oh, a rat! Cute!
Can I catch him? Oh, guess not. Uh-oh, is that a skeleton?
It might be a skeleton.
It's an authentic
Ugh, a
skeleton.
skeleton! Sure are a lot of bones in the guy. That skeleton was wearing a backpack. What can skeletons do, eh? Let's see what's inside. $5. An old journal? Ah, a flashlight. I guess they spent all their money on the backpack.
Man, I'd be excited to find $5 in my backpack.
Franklin, the skeleton's journal. Wow, what could a skeleton possibly have to journal about? Your obnoxious history teacher, Mr. Pelletier? Your mom's latest drunken outburst? Your confusing desire to be appreciated by Dina, the president of the Paranormal Society? Want to find out?
I've got to know.
April 20th, 1983. At a young age, I resolved to myself that I would never become a skeleton. And so I knew then and there that my life would follow that most elusive of paths, the search for immortality. I am convinced that somewhere below the old Sallow house lay a secret that would help in my quest. Malvius and Selma Sallow spent their wealth hosting extravagant gatherings for witches and sorcerers. No one truly knows what happened to them. While no evidence of their magical works remain above, I believe something potent might yet remain below. And so today I begin my descent into the catacombs beneath the house. I shall write once again, once I establish camp for the night. Dare to read more?
I dare.
April 20th, 1983, continued. I fear my journey may be over before it has begun. I blundered into a snare I should have seen past. Perhaps I am not up to the challenge of the immortal's path. If I have failed in my life's ambition, and some other follows and reads these words, I must warn you. If you encounter someone in a violet cloak, oh frick my pen!
Oh dear.
That's all there is. What could it mean? Oh, you found the pen at the bottom of the bag. It's out of ink.
There. Nope. Come on, just get this flashlight here. Nope, apparently not. There we go.
Yeah, a flashlight. Eat it, darkness. You were getting tired of burning your fingertips on matchsticks.
All right.
Okay, tutorial time. You're gonna need to use the F button to turn your flashlight on and off. Great job. Oh, you're so good at this. You've
Feel
mastered
powerful.
it.
There's no batteries. It's just I'm good to go.
It just goes.
Thank goodness.
This is Weave, baby. Oh, a little black cat.
All right.
That permits you to pet her. Plus 100 points. Great job. You're killing it. You're like crushing it at this game.
Yeah, and all the points for all the cats.
What sounds like running water?
Probably this.
Absolutely no swimming. Oh, you saw the cool tentacle. Hey, who's that?
Oh, what a nice reflection. I really like the colors in this too.
I tried really hard. Okay, so if I can take a moment,
By all
there
means.
was actually something that you said in the stream that like really shaped how I approached working on this game. And I forget which game it was that you were streaming, but you said you were like, once STK happens,
Hmm.
all these caves started just being brown and gray, and I really held that in my mind while I was working on all the like little catacombs and things in this game. I was like, I just want them to not be brown and gray. I want them to be colors that look good.
Exactly. It's very funny that just SDK gave everybody all these extra colors, and
Uh-huh.
in several ways, it just made things less colorful.
Hmm.
Oh,
Hey,
oh, wait a second. That's a cloaked figure, isn't it, huh?
might be. What's with all the pipes?
Oh, I broke it.
You might have broken it a little bit. Oh, this crate's full of matches.
Hmm.
Hey, that should be enough.
I'm a bit worried that I still want matches. Dang, I've got 25 bucks though. I'm loaded for a team.
You're loaded. You'll get like a burger or something. Oh, this crate is full of rockets.
Hello.
Now we're in business. Maybe I
Okay.
should adjust it up and down first.
Guess I can do that. Also, flick that switch. Also, apologies. I just realized I didn't even think to that the solid HUD layout is not ideal for this.
Oh, are you doing the solid HUD layout?
It's
So no one
good.
can actually. So all the things in the sidebar that you keep commenting
Yes, I
on,
gotta.
no one can actually see. Okay, well,
Oh, I can.
to the viewers.
Well, I can do this very quickly.
Okay,
It hides the chat, but this is what it actually looks like. For
okay,
the viewers, the only it's cut off. They see most of keys, and then everything below is off entirely.
okay. Well, importantly, you can tell that JJ has 0 snacks, 10 matches, $25, and 300 points. That is our status.
Okay. Sometimes it's good to just take inventory of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
especially before you light a rocket in a small indoor environment.
Uh-huh. Up.
Hey, wait.
Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, phew. That was a close one. So there are actually two solutions to this puzzle, and I'm worried that people who are ZZT people only find the easy one.
Is that the easy one?
That was the easy one. Yeah, that was the one that doesn't require reflexes. The other one requires a small amount of reflexes.
Hmm.
So
Oh, can I? Okay, no, I can only move it up and down. Can I still do whatever the other thing is?
you can. Um, so the important thing to realize through careful experimentation is that the rocket interacts with the switch. So the harder solution that I think most people just bypass is you can point the rocket at the switch, light the rocket, and then quickly retrace your path back to the original room flicking switches and on along the way.
Oh,
Get there before the fuse goes off,
okay.
and then while you're in that room, the rocket hits the switch and opens the gate for you.
See.
I was like, I want there to be like a backup solution that doesn't require having any reflexes. And I think, and the way I marked it is like a character for a breakable wall. So I think that people just usually just found that one.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Alright, I do have to hit myself with a rocket now.
Well,
now that I realize I can get more rockets.
Kind of, the death drive.
Okay. Jennifer, no. I'll take that health back.
So you can't actually kill yourself with that. It won't let you get lower than 10 health.
We are safe to fire rockets all day at ourselves.
Safe to fire rockets.
Good.
And this is also the reason why there's a box full of matches. I wish I had brought some snacks.
That's a mood.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow, that river's really going, huh?
Uh-oh.
This gate has a huge lock in it. Whoa, what's going on there?
Oh, that's the key and door thing. The one accessibility option I did keep.
Oh.
You end up using it ends up like loading that into other characters.
Interesting. Okay, well those are supposed to just look like your typical ZZT candle.
Well, it can be a Keetle.
It's a Keetle. You love a good Keetle.
I just want my doors to be bright. Thank you for catching up with me there, Shadow.
That's an intimidating looking gate.
Rat friend.
Oh, cute, a little rat. Uh-oh. Totally locked.
I'm just distracted by this lovely brickwork. It's not just the regular brick pattern, that I've seen once or twice before, but having it sort of fade out like that.
Everyone is welcome to that. I give that to the community.
It's a powerful bricks, especially since normally you can't do a ton of those because you're stuck using stats. Alright, this...
You can overuse it to your heart's content.
This is looking like a ZZT puzzle here.
What we got right here is a ZZT puzzle. Oops, guess I'm not going back that way.
Ah.
You got your classic slider, change in direction slider.
The extra detailed animation is nice versus the usual just instantaneous change.
One of the other things you can do with Weave is actually it was actually a command that I think I pressured Will into adding was the ability to like lock the player so you can do cutscenes.
I'm surprised that wasn't like an immediate feature.
It seemed like it was kind of floating in his periphery, and he just needed someone. He was just looking for someone to like actually say, "I would like it if this feature existed."
It's very funny, given that recently I played a game Will worked on for a closer look, and he locks the player in Deathgate by, excuse me, by actually making the player cycle 0 during a cutscene and just having objects push the player around.
Huh.
And then it commentates on it in the game. It's like not even your save key can save you now, and it's entirely unresponsive. Where are these R's? Ah, okay. Reset buttons.
Findest thou stuck? Reset thine position. Those are reset buttons because technically it's really hard to, but technically you can get yourself stuck.
It's always safe to have that backup in here.
shouts out to Dead Frog for discovering that one during playtesting. A shiny key.
And you can see it on the sidebar. Let me switch scenes again for a second. You can see the Will's unique key design.
Huh.
He used that in his first Oktoberfest game, the Bubba's Bubbles. And it was kind of nice there.
Bubbles.
Okay. And we've got ourselves
right?
a key. Aha!
The key fits the lock. Oh, hey, who's this?
Is this our cat friend? Uh-oh, is the rat friend still okay?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's that cat from before. The cat permits you to pet her.
I know Will did the music. Are all the sound effects yours?
Oh. Hey, my flashlight. Yeah, this.
My timing on that.
My flashlight's gone. My matches are soaked and useless. And I also am completely soaked and useless. This place sucks. It's gross and it smells moldy. Frick the Paranormal Society. Frick Dina. Sorry, Dina, I didn't mean that. I did all the music and sound effects. Will did not do any music. But I'm very flattered that you think
Where did
my
I
music is
get
Will quality.
this idea from, then? I'm very curious now. Well, maybe now's not the best time to discuss this. There's flashing some things.
You know, it's lichen, whatever. It's little glowy guys. God, I wish I had brought some snacks.
Back into total darkness. Ah, well.
Flashlight, I'm so glad you're alive. Mushrooms, huh? Welcome to the Mushroom Caves.
Aha. This is going to be one of the few boards I will recognize, either this one or coming up.
Yep, here's that waterfall. Oh hey, another skeleton. No problem. You're not gonna give us the full waterfall? I spent a good portion of a morning on
I'm
this
sorry.
waterfall.
It's the authentic sound.
It is very. There's no good sound for like just noise, just like static noise.
Pausing still works.
PC speaker.
Yeah, wow. At the degree sign to quotation mark is a really nice little animation.
Yeah, I was so happy when I was so happy how that worked out. So many little animations in this game that I was just like, that I myself was just so delighted at, like.
I mean, these mushrooms springing up
they
too.
actually worked after I typed them out. You got your mushrooms. You got your waterfalls.
Oh.
Oh, you don't like my flashlight, huh?
Aha. Oh, hang on.
Oh, who's that?
Oh no. Back here. I lost them.
Black cats are.
I missed out on a pet. This is no longer a 100% pet run. Oh, hang on. That's not mushrooms. Normally.
This is still a mushroom, I think?
Well, she would know better than I.
Like a person.
You get... Yes, you can.
Another skeleton. So, another little detail. is if you just walk straight into that skeleton in the dark,
Hmm.
then you destroy it.
Oh no.
Is this what the mushrooms learn from?
Ah, this is the board.
That's a big mushroom.
It's classic big purple mushrooms.
Mm-hmm. Huh, what's this place? A brassiere, not the kind you wear.
I'm learning words here.
Brassiere's right up there with like cretin and whatever other word is in Town of ZZT. Oh, it's a gate. Huh.
I want you to know that I shut my flashlight off there, had my finger on the F key, walked across, and moved over to T.
Huh. This skeleton seems to have a grave marker. Rip to my husband, but I'm different.
Oh, well, I am. I'll have to share that with Gate today.
Huge.
That's a lot of mushrooms.
Who are they trying to impress? That's my question. Oh, a pushable. Lawyer seems less angry here?
Oh, more pushables. I'm not... Hmm. Well, I did break it. I guess I should probably push it. Okay.
Yep.
Thank goodness.
It is a regenerating
Oh.
pushable.
Don't know where I'm pushing this. Oh wait, yes I do. I'm sorry, that's just my goldfish memory.
You nailed it. Magic library? Heck yes. There's gotta be something here that will impress the Paranormal Society.
Listen, I saw a board named Library and thought...
Huh?
I saw a board named Library when I was trying to get screenshots. I'm like, that's a mundane thing. It'll be fine.
In a glass display case is a smooth, small black stone. Why would you put this on display? It's just a rock. Some kind of thingamaffin. This plant is thriving, despite the total lack of natural sunlight. Good job, plant. You'll love a nice candle. There's a calendar tacked up to the wall. It appears to be a 1982 calendar. The picture is a seascape of an enormous cruise liner capsized and sinking beneath an aurora-filled northern sky. In the foreground, a clown in a white and red polka-dotted costume dramatically shrugs, with an expression that seems to say, well, what can you do? Flipping through the calendar, the clown appears in every single image, shrugging in front of a different disaster.
That's horror.
The calendar is open to April. The 20th is circled in red ink, and the year 1993 is written next to it. There's also an arrow pointing at the date with the note, "Don't forget." April 20th, 1993. That's today's date. It's a comfortable looking high back chair.
Oh, that's a relief.
Looks can kill, the aphorism goes. But the glare, when properly harnessed, can do so much more. In alignment with the proper congruities, one can use one's gaze to immobilize a subject as a pin does a butterfly. fly lives but one day. If its death can extend the life of the creature who eats it, is this not the greatest thing it can accomplish in its short, confused life? So it is with the unawakened, for it is no great sin for the sorcerer to take the sand in their hourglass and pour it into her own. Boring. Hey, there's some kind of safe hidden in this book. The key you're carrying doesn't fit, though.
Mm-mm.
Oh, well. Too
Ooh.
bad.
Is this one of those? Oh,
Guess who? Oh, it's you again. The cat is cleaning herself. Yikes, a skull! There's what appear to be old, faded lipstick stains on it? Weird. Oh hey, a little gold key. Neat. I'm going to steal this key. You have pilfered a key. Good work. A stack of yellowing papers sway in the corner of the desk. Rummage? Obviously. Many pages are faded and or unreadable. Several flake apart in your hands. But you manage to find one that looks interesting. 4/20/23, Malvius. Hot. 4/20/33, Bernard. Not hot. 4/20/43, June. Hot. 4/20/53, Alan. Not hot. 4/20/63, Randall. Hot. 4/20/73, Yvette. Yvette. However you pronounce that name. Either way, she's hot. 4/20/83, Franklin. Not hot.
well, I hope we're hot.
That's where it ends. There's an old journal lying on this desk. Read it? Yes, of course I'm going to read it. Experiment results. February 20th. Bad. February 28th. Bad. March 3rd. Bad. March 10th. Miserable. March 17th. Terrible. March 20th. Bad. April 4th. Acceptable. Huh. An old, very dry ballpoint pen. Zinfandel in chat points out, wasn't Franklin the skeleton earlier?
That sounds right. Can we?
Try that key you found. Oh, what's this? Ooh, a spooky necklace. This is exactly the kind of thing that will impress Dina and the Paranormal Society.
Sorry for scrolling that while you were reading it. I just wanted to get a screenshot.
You're great. You're fine. You tuck it under your shirt. Someone's coming. There's a little boat. Hello? Hello, Gemma. So marvelous to finally meet you face to face.
Let's have some confidence here. It's Jennifer.
It's Jennifer? My apologies. I've met so many people in all these years, it's so hard to keep track of all of them. Listen, Jennifer. This may seem cruel to you, but frankly, you weren't going to do much with your life anyway. You know what happens after you leave here empty-handed? Your little paranormal society laughs at you. Dina feels sorry for you, but you're never able to act on your crush. Instead, you spend the rest of your teens and 20s pining. You get a job that you hate. Every night you watch reruns of sitcoms from before you were born and wonder what it's like to be one of the people who lives a real life. Really, I'm doing you a favor.
Uh-oh, does this game have multiple endings? Or is it possible to get here without the amulet?
Um, finish the game and then I'll answer those questions.
Okay.
But I found this really cool You feel a cat suddenly brush against your leg and you let the sentence hang unfinished. What you found is the opportunity to do someone a once-in-a-lifetime favor. Once in your lifetime, anyway. I've done this many times. I'm quite good at it now. It will barely even hurt. You're going to need to hold still now, Jennifer. Franklin ran away, and it made things complicated. Don't worry, we needn't employ anything ghoulish like ropes or chains. Magic is much more efficient. What just happened?
That's what I'm wondering.
She's frozen stiff, totally motionless. Stick of chalk, or the stub of one. Was that you just now? Or the amulet? Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna take off. Take care. Please don't seek revenge. Okay, bye. Missed a lot of interactions on that screen. It's fine though.
I will reload for that. Oh. Well.
Well, now you can try picking some of the other options.
That's true. With the full range of emotion.
Uh-huh.
Alright, yeah. Selma.
Selma Sallow, I presume. Still kicking after 108 years, and all thanks to the generosity of people like yourself. So the fun thing that happens if you pick that option is she continues to call you Gemma. But you haven't corrected her.
That's fantastic.
I'm really proud of that one.
Alright. Let's tell everybody we're not into girls.
But I'm not into girls. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'll make better use of your years than you possibly could. Don't worry. This will barely hurt. You're going to need to hold still now, Gemma. Oh, is that the bird clock?
That's the bird clock. It's 7 o'clock.
Well-timed bird clock, I feel like. What just happened?
Explore these spooky candles?
No, it's all just talking to Selma and the cat multiple times. She's frozen stiff, totally motionless. Her eyes are moving. She's looking right at you. Did I say her eyes are filled with malice? Yes. You're gonna be like this for a while, right? I'm sure she'll be fine if I just leave her here. Stub of chalk. Was that you just now? Or the amulet? Oh, that explains it. No further questions.
Thank you for making me go back for that.
Anyway, thanks. I'm gonna go, I think. Okay, I'm gonna take off. Take care. Please don't seek revenge. Okay, bye. Three, two, one, jump. Yeah, easy. I'm gonna eat so many snacks when I get home.
There were no snacks down there.
No.
What a horrible place.
I'm sure the Paranormal Society will just love this necklace. And they'll love me. Maybe I'll give it to Dina as a gift. As I clasp it around her neck, my fingers will brush against her skin. Jennifer, she'll say, blushing. Call me JJ, I'll tell her. I can't believe I never noticed you before. How did none of us notice you before? That's it, she's doomed.
Well,
What did you think of my game?
that was pretty
You like my game?
fantastic. I liked your game.
Cool.
You made a very fun underground to explore.
I tried to make it colorful.
It was colorful. Not a brown cave.
Huh. Also, you could see toward the end, I was leaning very heavily on board commands, which are new in Weave, which just let you jump from one board to another, so you can do those kind of full screen animations.
I was gonna ask.
Mm-hmm. That's a fun Weave thing. Yeah.
I really do need to. Oh no, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say I really need to start trying to mess around with Weave a bit.
It's literally like, so you did that stream where at the end you debuted Weave, and I watched that and I was like, oh, Darkness is so much more useful now.
Oh, definitely.
And so that was the thing that made me start working on this game. I didn't really even know where it was going when I started. I was just like, you can do so much fun stuff with Darkness now. So I wanted to, make a game to showcase that, and that became this game. And so, yeah, because it's not just you can, now you can do things like edit how long torches or matches last. You can kind of move the torch meter around manually. You can take it away entirely, but also there's this new condition called Within that lets you tell how far away the player is from an object, which you can see how that synergizes really well with Darkness. You can tell whether the player's whether the object is within the player's torch radius or not. So there was just so much neat stuff that I wanted to that I just couldn't wait to play around with.
I think that's what I need to do, is just because I don't have an idea for a game. I just have vague ideas for maybe this could be a thing. I need to just like
Mhm.
actually play with it.
Hey, so I sent you a zip file this
Yes,
week.
he did.
So I
And
sent you some cut content from this game that I thought we could maybe uh, work through on screen. So one of the things that the high score table is actually working this time. It's usually extremely cursed,
I did
which is
notice
maybe appropriate.
the first time I launched this, the my console was just yeah, there's just a bunch of like garbage in there.
Uh
I was
huh.
very worried that something was
I
going to
have
go
no
horribly
idea what
wrong.
that was, but it was appropriate though. Because like the narrative, there's like a narrative on this high score screen, right? Which is that so you got 700 points, which is the maximum amount of points. Um, there's only one there's only one thing that there's only one opportunity for score that is optional, which is petting the cat. You get 100 points for petting the cat. Now the score that comes here that comes built in 600 points. Jennifer Janowski, written with lowercase letters, which is how the doppelganger. If you look in her, if you look in her, her object name window, her name is written in lowercase.
Oh, jeez.
So the implication then becomes, if you are like a weird lore master, is that the difference between you and your doppelganger is your doppelganger will not pet cats, meaning she's evil.
I mean,
That was the story that I tried to encode in the high score table, but somehow I ended up accessing a weird curse instead.
I'm afraid I probably would not have caught that. I did
So
indeed get your file though, and I'm
okay,
assuming
excellent.
just run it with this.
Yeah, and so let me also just add that like I left a lot of cut content just in the file
Hmm.
so that if people want to like Weave doesn't come with an editor, but if you open it in something like, Zedit, Lancer's Zedit 2, which is what I use to make the game, you can just see all the stuff that like is still in there that didn't make it into the final game. I tried to leave as much of that stuff in as possible, including like boards where I was like testing out weird weave things to see if they worked before I put them in the game and like stuff like that.
Yeah,
In fact, this file is going to be one of those.
that's the kind of stuff that I need to start doing. Oh, Will is in chat, confused about the high score thing too.
It's a mystery. Well, Will and I were trying to like figure out what was going on. I think Will's theory originally was that it was a problem with the web version of Zeta, but then it started happening with offline versions of the game as well. So I think it might just be a literal curse.
I'm wondering, the high score file was always included, right? Like it's not like a thing with creating the high score file, maybe.
Maybe I changed it. I updated it multiple times,
Hmm.
like over the course of development. So maybe that made it weird. Anyway, who knows? It's still kind of thematic this way.
It is appropriate. A cursed high score table would be fitting for this.
Okay, so this is what we're about to see is an engine that I came up with. Back in the day, we would call this an engine, I guess. Um, that I came up with that I didn't end up using for the final game, but it was one of the first things I tried for like implementing darkness in this game. So take it away,
All right.
Lester.
Oop.
So this is going to be that first level, that first scene.
Ah.
I think there might be a few interactions here that got cut. So this is in the game. That fired twice for some reason. You touched something large and slimy. Pardon me. That got cut. I really regret it. It's really sad to see it go.
I think the fun thing that I do know with Weep is since you can very easily do randomness, you could very much just have sometimes
it's better
events.
That there isn't just a random guy that you run into, just like in the first scene. It's better for the pace of it. But yeah, this is why this got changed, because originally you just wander around the darkness for way too long before you found the matches. Up. Time to light some matches.
Okay. I trust you now. It is time to light some matches.
It's time to light the matches.
Ooh.
So, originally, I experimented with having this object-based kind of like
just lighting,
range
yeah,
of vision engine. And so there's no flashlight in this version of the screen, but there's like a torch flicker. There's a flicker effect for when you have matches, and it would be solid when you use your flashlight. And so all the walls here are objects that are constantly reading their distance from the player and updating their appearance accordingly.
And then I guess you would run into the raised but not infinite stat limit.
You might eventually. That's one of the reasons that I cut it, is that I didn't feel like I was getting enough out of it for how demanding it was in terms of stats. But the other thing is, like, I just didn't want a dungeon to just look like a bunch of grays. We talked about that.
Yeah.
I was like, I would like there to be color here, and also I would like to not every time like I add a room to like have to worry about, like making a bunch of new objects. Like every time I create a new thing that exists in the world, to have it exist at different states of all these different states of levels of light, because I started working on the second board like that. So those those grates, those like sewer grates, there's a version of them that's I think might still be in the file, that like where they pop in and out of the world based on how close you are. It was just like too much of a headache. It was not the thing that I wanted to be working on, not the thing I wanted to focus on. So I ended up scrapping it. But the whole engine is still in the game file, so people can dig around there if they want to. And it's just the one board in this demo.
Still pretty cool to see how that started. I think it is still a pretty nice effect too, but you are right in that it is going to be gray, very gray.
It looks really good when you set, because you can change the appearance of the tile that represents darkness in ZZT. So here in this file, it's that darkness is set to like just be black, and so with that, it looks very good if it's just like a fade into black.
You can definitely see.
Not the direction I wanted to go in.
You can definitely see this being used for something, though.
Yeah, so anyone's welcome to just like yoink that and do whatever. I will say I don't think it's probably not as efficient an engine as it could be. Like someone who actually has like a good programming brain can like take it and like refine it and make it work better, but it does have a vibe to it. It's just not the vibe that I wanted for the game.
I know it's certainly not something that would be relevant for this game. I suppose this would be a question both for you or Will. Is there any sort of support for custom cheats? Like, what happens if I do torches? Nothing? Oh,
torches
it gives me matches.
Torches.
Okay, that's right. These are just reskins. But, no, they're snacks. Oh, snacks are ammo.
Thing I ran into, a mistake I made constantly while I was testing the game, is constantly typing matches, and the game's like, I don't know what a match is.
Hmm.
Zephyr in chat, yes, it uses bind, so there's only one object in the entire game that has there's only one object in the screen that actually has the code.
New cheats, but not
In
custom.
fact, I do this throughout the game. Only I hide them in the darkness. If you want to show off like one of the dark rooms in the game with darkness off, like you accidentally did in your tweet,
Hmm.
you can see kind of all the inner workings of those boards are kind of left exposed. Not this one. I mean, this one you can kind of see it because you can see there are some objects just floating in the darkness. If you like minus dark in any of the boards in the actual game, there's just there's just blank spots where there are just like assemblages of objects that are holding the code that all the other objects are binding with.
Oh yeah, that's like such a ZZT thing. Just
Mm-hmm.
everything has to have a physical presence on the board.
Yep.
And darkness and like super ZZT are your only real methods to actually like hide it under a rug and keep it out of sight.
And it's like it's a little bit. It's even more so in Weave because one of the things you can do is you can duplicate objects. So you have objects that are kind of on the sidelines, but that are like deactivated, but are running code that will run when those objects are spawned when you like replicate them.
Hmm.
Weave is cool.
Will's asking you in chat.
Oh, Weave in chat. If you replay, can you use all your torches on the first dartboard? Will some matches appear for you to pick up? Yes, in fact, new matches will appear for you to pick up. You can't run out of of matches. They will keep regenerating. I did a thing where I think I said this in Discord maybe, where the initial matches that you get are all objects, so you can't see where they are in the darkness. You don't see them until you get to them. But when you run out, they're replaced with actual torches.
Oh, that's cool.
So that they are visible in darkness. You can find your way to them even if you can't see. Yep.
That's pretty neat.
My cat is here and she's snoring. She's snoring.
You gotta pet her. Well, maybe
No,
not.
she'll
Maybe
wake
not
up.
snoring.
I'll ruin her nap.
You have to like
Like, why
psychically
would you
pet.
pet her? I'm just sending her good vibes.
Exactly.
Okay, well that's all the stuff that's in this this tiny file that I sent you.
This specifically, just with its actual appearance too, it really feels like it would have been like a tech demo for like a late '90s ZZT clone, like Zig or like ZZT plus plus, one of those things.
It would have been a demo for a ZZT clone that would never have been actually released.
Exactly. I mean, this engine is perfect for the next orc killer game.
Eh. I'm trying to be less hateful towards D&D these days.
Alright, I'm gonna move us out of this dark fort.
Okay.
I can only run in circles so many times here.
Man, you're describing my life. Yeah, if you want, you can. If you want, you just go to like the first board and just up minus dark. Just
Oh yeah, actually.
what's going on back there?
Well, also I immediately
also,
ran to the
if
hole in
you-
the fence. Okay.
Yeah. So hey, can you quickly just like quit and then start the game again? There's a detail on this first screen. You can actually see Selma approaching the mansion in the background.
Oh.
It's only for like a second.
Okay.
Designed to be missed.
Very good gate too.
Thank you.
I do like how like Weave really is hitting the sort of sweet spot where you're definitely doing more than you would in ZZT, and like you could do a game of this style in ZZT. It obviously wouldn't be exactly the same, but you're
Mhm.
getting all these little enhancements, and it's not being used to try and like be this incredible thing nobody's ever seen before in the history of video games, but it's just
Uh-huh.
it's upping the
It's
presentation a lot without upping like the work nearly as much, I think.
uh-huh. Yeah, and it's not ZZT. Like everything is still. I mean, oh, did you try to shoot?
I was like, I'm like, I wonder what these messages are. Are they still in the game?
um, but yeah, like I mean, you can like edit the character sets and palette and stuff, but like you, it's you can like Weave games can still look just like I still was working within all the like character and color like limitations while I was making this. It just took away like some of the like weird frustrating edges that like I find like I bump up against a lot while working on
Hmm.
ZZT stuff. It very much feels to me like it's keeping a lot of the good limitations, the like creative limitations, the stimulating limitations, and getting rid of some of the ones that actually chafe.
I think it's neat.
Thanks. Go in, go in.
All right, I'm going in. You were talking. Oh, and I was gonna
Yeah, well, like
say,
I was trying to fill air while you got to
sorry,
the
I didn't
first
realize.
area.
I was gonna say there was some like miserable old adventure game where you type something like get, and it's like you must type grab in this game or something where it's the same verb, and the game realizes it understands what you meant, but it
Uh-huh.
still yells at
I
you.
thought for a second I thought you were going to be talking about Hugo's House of Horror, which I was consciously thinking of for this board in
I mean, yeah, there's
particular.
definitely that vibe there.
Hmm. And while we're while we're looking at this screen again, there's like I crammed like a lot of weird details into this board. You can see there's the cat is on the fence in the foreground. There are some red eyes that sometimes appear in the hollow in that tree outside.
Hmm.
There's as has been pointed out, there's a ZZT toilet in the upper right. There's a little graveyard outside.
Is that supposed
And
to
if
be
you
like
hang around,
a
you
pool
can see
table?
Selma rummaging around.
Oh
Huh?
wow. I was gonna say, is that supposed to be like a pool table in the room below the bathroom?
Yep, that's a little pool table.
Nice.
Mm. Selma comes and looks at you through her own portrait.
Oh, that's good. There's the pendant.
And there's the pendant. Uh-huh. It's almost like a kind of foreshadowing.
Hmm.
Are her eyes following you around the room?
Gotta test my limits here.
Huh, you can walk all around that ledge. The rope that you're walking on is text that's been set to be walkable. Mine is dark here.
I'm seeing two visible tiles that I didn't notice before that I probably thought were just like remnants of a message.
Oh, that's weird actually. Um,
Ah.
but yeah, you can see. So the all the walls of so there's a bunch of invisible objects, in the room that you're in right now actually, that are set up to interact with you, and present those messages. Oh, and I think actually you just killed them
I
by
did.
misstarking. Oh no, there they are. There they are. Except for chat asked, is shove used to push the player down? Yes. Is shove player south. You can move the player around during cutscenes. So yeah, so you can all of the walls in this little room that you're in are objects that make bumpy noises when you bump into them. And now the little blockage goes away. You can see in the upper, all the way in up top right, there's a little rat who's waiting to be spawned in. Very excited. And here he is.
There we go. Just the board just transforms.
You can see the secret passage open when you activate the rat. Yeah.
Oh, what is that contraption in the top right?
Yeah, so, this is what I was talking about earlier, that you can duplicate objects. And so, if you duplicate an object, you're duplicating it from, like, a source object, right? But you need the source object to not do the thing the object does. Especially if that object does a thing and then dies. So the smart way to do this that I learned later was that you can just check what position you are on the screen, and if I'm in the, I'm in that position, I just don't do anything. What I did instead is I'm gonna put like an object here next to this object that is nowhere else in the board. I'm gonna put like a green slider, and the first thing the object does is check whether there's a green slider, and if it like right next to it, if there is, it shuts down. So that's what's going on up there. Again, just waiting to be spawned in.
Apparently it pauses when you put no clip on and leave.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was not expecting that.
What happens if I destroy this?
Well, it's
100 points. Got snacks.
I wish I had.
Wish granted.
What can I say? Oh, great job! She finally got her snacks. Do you have the passage sheet enabled?
I mean, it's whatever Weave's got. And unfortunately, a passage has been like forward. Yeah, I think everybody who's done that cheat in their little ZZT fork has named it something different.
Cool. There was one other board that I really wanted to, and which was it? Now I have to remember what I was thinking. Oh, that's a lot of empty boards at the bottom. That's weird. Oh, this is just a board where I tried and worked out some color palettes for different areas.
I still. Okay, I'm not no clipped. I can just walk on those. That's right. That's the text. This incredible color kit.
You can check out there's a board called Test, where I figured out a lot of the weirder techniques that I used. You have to go to the board. You have to go to the board.
Oh, there's a board called Test. Okay.
There's a board called.
I know Will was saying something about doing like player recording. I was like, is that out yet?
If you scroll up,
there it is.
The boards are in like a lot of extremely weird order. So yeah, so this is the Lycan test, which is just producing torches so that they're visible in the darkness.
Oh.
So that's the message, the modified message for picking up a torch. It's just that there was prototyping the falling rope in the last scene.
Ooh.
That whatever that one doesn't work.
Ah! I got a player
that one.
clone.
Oh, that one's very bad. Also.
Oh no, stop!
Uh,
I've got
you
many
should have,
doppelgangers now.
Cool. You should talk to the white object down there though. Because this is a cool thing I was happy to come up with. So that is the running, the part, the running away from, when Selma shows up in the Magic Library and you just run away from her. The way that works is actually I'm replacing the player with an object that teleports to the player's position. It hides the player in the corner, like makes it black on black, and then runs to the correct position and moves the player back in.
Oh, wow.
And I was really happy with how seamless that effect ended up being.
I figured that was going to be that shove command.
You can't actually do it because there is a first thing I tried is there is a pathfinding there's a pathfinding routine that will put into Weave that will move around walls and stuff, but you can't shove the player in that direction. It doesn't work. So the thing I did instead is, well, what if I just replace the player with an object and the player uses that pathfinding routine? And so that's what's going on there. And it's completely seamless, and no one will notice it while they're actually playing. But I'm very proud of it.
That's really neat.
Weave is pretty cool. That's my diagnosis on Weave. There's also if you try Path, that is the debug option that will put in. I haven't actually tested this out myself, and apparently it doesn't seem to do anything.
Yeah, whatever. This is just the.
You have the most updated version.
I just used the one that was in the zip file just to make sure. So yeah, okay. This is not going to be the latest version for that.
Yeah, you probably have the version right before it was updated. Hey, can you board one more time for me? Go down to the board, JJ.
JJ. Ah.
And there she is.
She's doomed.
She's doomed, unfortunately. Oh look, she's holding Martin's journal. She's got the amulet on. There's the peering eyes of a little cat. There's a tentacle that appears in the game for like 0.5 seconds.
I didn't see it.
It disappears very quickly. You got to it. You revealed it. I mean, the first thing you see it, and then it just dips down into the water immediately. So yeah, that's my game.
It was a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for inviting me on to kind of narrate through it.
It was cool having you. And you did the voices a lot better than I was gonna.
I'm always happy to be here.
Thank you for making this game and being a part of this stream.
Yeah. Thanks to Will for creating Weave. It seriously is so much fun to work with. It felt like being able to breathe for the first time in my life. The life of ZZT development.
I'm gonna have to finally get around to checking it out. Alright. I'm about to switch over to the credits, and that's gonna have music, and if it's like the intro music, it'll end up drowning out your voice. So
cool.
Anything else to say before we sign you off?
Oh yeah, actually. So let me just let me figure out what the URL is for this. But I have some games that are in a currently in a tabletop RPGs for trans rights in Texas bundle. Let me pull up the actual link for that.
All right.
But where's the link?
Actually, while you do that, I'm gonna drop a link to the itch page for this game.
Oh, that would be another great thing to link. Okay, found it. So this is TTRPGs, tabletop role-playing games for trans rights in Texas. It is something ludicrous, like 500 games for $5, including 3 of my games. Princess with the Cursed Sword, Tavern at the End of the World, and the Empress and her seer. It's 500 games for $5, and all the money goes to support organizations in Texas that are fighting for the rights of trans kids trans kids and their parents who are being, viciously attacked by the Texas government right now. Ludicrously cheap, such a steal. Go pick up that bundle. Help some very good orgs get funded in their ongoing fights for the rights of trans children and their parents.
All right,
That's my plug.
I will do that as well, actually. All right. My boyfriend is going to be home any minute.
There's a lot of really good games in that bundle. It's like you could do so much worse.
All right.
Cool. Okay, that's my spiel.
Thank you one last time for being on here, and hopefully we'll have you on again in the future.
Yeah, anytime.
All right.
Just give me a call.
You got it. Later.
Later.
Okay, now it's just me, and now we can look at the credits without drowning out anybody's voice. But that was a very cool game. It's really neat to see the kind of stuff you can do with Weave to really enhance your storytelling. There were a lot of fun little effects in that. And a lot of humor, a lot more than I thought. Even just the snacks. I'm still looking at my Weave window here. It's a shame to not get any snacks. But that's going to do it for this week. We will be back again on Sunday with more unpreserved Pokemon fan games. We'll be continuing our incredible adventure with The Legend of Pikachu, Pokeflute of Time, in which Pikachu teams up with Tifa from Final Fantasy VII to defeat Ganondorf, obviously. It'll be fun. Hope to see y'all there. And then next Friday, we'll return to our usual poll-based themed streams. But thank you all for watching, and I hope to see y'all again. Later.